The sunset you just saw on the water was around 3 p.m. and this is sunrise around 9:30 a.m. So it's definitely getting dark here. We still have a few weeks before the winter solstice, but we're already getting pretty low on light and there's a lot of gray, wet days right now. November can be tough here in Sweden. But I guess it can also be cozy. We spend a lot more time indoors, just hanging out, doing every craft and indoor activity that we can think of. But eventually we just have to go outside. Even if it's cold and wet and dark, it's really important to just get some fresh air, and whatever light is out there, just take it. It's really the only way to get through these long, dark winters. I mean, it's really just starting. We have a lot of winter ahead of us. Another luxury we have right now is we're finally able to go back into the city and visit some of our old favorite places in the city. So November doesn't have to be so bad. I'm enjoying the last stream of sun coming in this window of the house right now because it's a sunny day here, and that's a really rare, wonderful thing in November in Sweden. If you're wondering what I'm going to make with the pine that I foraged from the nature reserve, well, we're gonna make some all-purpose cleaning spray. And I know cleaning is not the most exciting topic to discuss, but it's part of everyday life I think most of us have to deal with. So why not make yourself at home for almost nothing. It costs very little to make. Most of the ingredients you probably already have on hand anyway. I'm gonna show you a few different blends you can make. I'm gonna show you a couple. I'm gonna tell you about a couple of others. All you really need is citrus, some herbs of choice, some distilled vinegar, and essential oils if you have them. And you can make a very powerful, very effective, easy, cheap, amazing natural cleaning spray that I literally use every single day. I don't buy cleaning spray. I even travel with this stuff, to be honest, which I know makes me sound like a huge dork, but I have little kids and we always need cleaning spray, and this stuff is amazing. So yeah, let's get started. So first you're gonna need citrus peels. Now you can use lemon, orange, grapefruit, lime, any of these citrus fruits will work. The next thing you'll need is a fresh herb or spice plant material that's good for cleaning. Today I'm going to use the pine that I foraged. You could also use lavender, you can use sage, mint, rosemary, eucalyptus is really great. As for spices, cinnamon and cloves have really great cleaning properties. I have here a jar halfway full of lemon peels. To the lemon peels, I am adding my foraged pine needles. Pine is actually really great for me because we have pine trees growing all around the land where we live, so I don't even have to go out and buy anything. Another one of my favorite things to use is fresh lavender, which is really good with both lemon and lime peels. Now these lemon peels I have been saving actually. They would have otherwise gone to the compost because I use lemon juice a lot in the kitchen when I'm cooking, when I'm making salad dressings, smoothies. I don't know, we just use a lot of lemons in our kitchen. So instead of tossing the peels into the compost, I just simply keep them in the freezer until I have enough to make cleaning spray with. If you don't have any saved up citrus peels, do not fret. You can make this with fresh citrus peels as well, which I'm going to show you in a bit. We're going to make some grapefruit and mint spray in a bit, so sit tight for that. So this looks like a good amount of pine to go with the lemon. There's really not a formula to it. It's not science, so just kind of go with the flow. Now I'm adding some white distilled vinegar. This vinegar is around 10 to 15% acidity, which means it's quite a strong vinegar. It's a bit stronger than what you will find in the supermarkets and the food aisles and stuff. You can use a 5% acidic vinegar as well. You may just need to add less water later when we dilute this. I'm going to dilute mine quite a bit because I'm using a higher percentage of acidity in my white distilled vinegar. Obviously, it will be a little bit more potent and powerful if it has a higher level of acidity in the vinegar, but sometimes less is more. It's okay. I've just given everything a really good shake to make sure the ingredients are all combined. And now I'm going to actually use some additional pine to make sure that the lemon peels stay beneath the vinegar. You can use ceramic weights if you do fermentation or something, but this actually works fine. The pine is not going to spoil, so I'm just using some of my pine branches to push everything down below the vinegar. And now this is done for now. This will sit for a couple of weeks to allow all of the ingredients to infuse into the vinegar until you have something like this. This is the grapefruit and mint spray that I made a few weeks ago. So let's go through the process one more time. So this time I'm going to use the fresh peels from grapefruits. These are not ones that I've had saved. These are just peels that I'm going to use right now, and I'm going to keep the juice actually because I want to use this later. But after squeezing out the juice, I just put the peels over into the big glass jar. To that, I'm adding a lot of fresh mint because I just pulled up all the mint out of my garden because it's all going to die during the winter anyway. Why not put it to good use, right? So here I have my grapefruit peels and fresh mint. I have covered it again with white distilled vinegar, just like I did last time. I made sure everything was combined really well and then put it on a shelf in a cool, dark place for a few weeks. So today we continue with our process. After you have your infused vinegar that's been sitting for a few weeks, you want to strain out the solids. This is as simple as pouring it through a fine mesh strainer. So I will discard the solids that have been infused, and I will keep the infused vinegar. In this case, the vinegar will be infused with grapefruit and mint. When the lemon and pine mixture is done infusing, then of course that one will be infused with lemon and pine. You get the picture. So now we're ready to put this all-purpose cleaning spray together. In a smaller jar, I'm going to add about a half a tablespoon of vegetable glycerin. And to that, I'm going to add a few drops of grapefruit essential oil and a few drops of peppermint essential oil. If you don't have vegetable glycerin on hand, it's totally okay. You can skip this. What it does is it helps emulsify the essential oils so the oils don't like float around in the water. It keeps them a little bit more mixed into the water vinegar mixture. But again, it's okay if you need to skip it. So once we have combined the glycerin with the essential oils, we're going to pour in the infused vinegar mixture. Basically, you want to fill your cleaning spray bottle halfway with the vinegar solution and then halfway with water. You might need to play with the ratio a little bit based on your preferences, and how strong your vinegar is will also determine how much water you need to dilute it with, but a 50-50 ratio is a really good place to start. My cleaning spray bottle is 500 milliliters, so I am going to pour in 250 milliliters of the vinegar solution with the essential oils, and then I will dilute that with 250 milliliters of water. If you want a very simple written out recipe for this process, in the description box I will link to a blog post that I have written where the instructions are quite simple and none of this rambling that I apparently need to do in this video voiceover. And that's it. Our all-purpose cleaning spray is ready to go, made with just a few ingredients that you probably have on hand at home anyway. So here we have our all-purpose cleaning spray, which we've just talked about how to make, and hopefully I gave you some ideas about how you can adapt it based on what you have on hand. I've also on the blog already kind of talked about how you can make your own glass and surface cleaner. It's a little bit different formula, and it's of course formalized, is that a word? Just for cleaning your glass and mirror surfaces to make sure that they're streak-free and dust-free and things like that, as well as another pine-infused oil, actually. It's the wood and surface cleaner, and it has a little bit of olive oil and some other ingredients in it that keeps your wood really shiny and conditioned and keeps the wood very healthy as well. All you really need to clean your house, other than these 3 sprays, is like a nice all-purpose soap. You can use castile soap like Dr. Bronner's. This is one we get here in Sweden. It's a linseed oil soap. It's great. But anyway, I've given you some ideas about how to make the cleaning sprays, and I hope that they are helpful, and I hope that you enjoy them as much as we do around here.